Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back once again for the very first time to the Farts and Crap Show, where today, as per usual, it's your host Anjo here with part 74, I believe, of Sekiro, the complete series. Hope you guys are all doing well today. It's whatever episode the title and the thumbnail of the video say. This has not been going well. Been trying to get Ichigo and got him at the end of the last episode. That was recorded a few days ago and coming back fresh, because that was towards the end of the day. And tried it a few times during the Gauntlet, and yeah, have not got it yet. Thankfully, during the gauntlets, you go in with what you have, but like spirit emblems are not consumed, should you fail, which is pretty cool. However, it does seem like you're going in with everything you have, so like if you're doing a charmless run, you still are fighting these bosses charmless, and I did say we were going to be doing everything charmless. So that includes this. Although it's very tempting to get the charm back because I can do that. Because all you gotta do is go back here, even if you're at the very end of the game. Like, we could get it back by doing this. And then at the beginning of the next run, like, you know, do charmless again. But unless there's like serious like issues, I'm not gonna do that. But already like I'm kind of behind on the episode like release schedule, so maybe, but I'd rather actually get it. And these are also, I guess, like also like third playthrough version of these bosses too, so they essentially have like twice as much health. So I'm just gonna try Ichigo like a couple times before I actually try doing it in the Gauntlet, because like Lady Butterfly and Gyobu, like both very easy fights. And one thing I learned about this guy, as I said in the last episode, it seems like his third form doesn't have anything new aside from the additional reflection thing. And it's always like one reflect. So like he fires. Wait, is it arrow first or sword first? I mean, he does one lightning attack, and you reflect it, and then he reflects it back. So you have to do a second reflect, but after that, he seems to get hit by it every time. So it's not like a Shadow Ganon kind of thing where you have to play volleyball with him until like he messes up. No. It's always like two reflects and then just go in. But yeah, I don't think any items are consumed. I'm gonna try to do this without the reversible. There's a few things I noticed as big sweep attack that you gotta watch out for, or like perfectly deflect. I tried dodging to the right, it seemed a lot less consistent than dodging to the left. So, if you're using this as a guide by any means, yeah, I did to the left if you're going to do the dodge method, which I think is way better personally, because especially if you're doing charmless, because the game really punishes you for not getting perfect timings on deflections, and it deals a massive amount of damage. Plus he has a huge opening after he lands from the third sweep, so
Release me, Shinobi. I think I'd see.
okay, so that's the stance right there. You would think, since he's gonna do from his angle left to right, you would dodge from our angle to the right, because that would go through the fewer active frames on the hitbox and everything like that. That's not the situation. Also, when he does the vertical stab like that, where he jumps up, tries to like sword plunge you, always dodge to the right if you're gonna do the dodge and punish with the mortal blade. Because if you dodge to the left, he'll often follow it up with a stab, and you won't have the opening. If you dodge to the right, he can't follow it up with the stab.
Dragon's blood. Will kill you as many times as it takes. Glory of Ashina. The dragon's blood. Will kill you as many times as it takes. Glory of Ashina. Shinobi. I didn't think I'd see you. dragon's blood, then I will kill you as many times as it takes. For the glory of Ashina.
Okay, so that seems to be the better method, is because the attack looks like a bunch of other big spinny attack. Looks like a bunch of his other ones, and in the moment it might be difficult to discern from some of the other ones, so I would just deflect the first two, and then for the big one, because it's like 1, 2, 3. So for the big one where there's the pause, I would just do the side step to the left, use the opening, use the Mortal Blade.
Face me.
Shinobi. I think that's... power of the dragon's blood, then I will kill you as many times as it takes. For the glory of Ashina.
Okay, last practice. And we'll go for the real thing.
Please me, Shinobi. I didn't think I'd see you again. Dragon's blood. Then I will kill you as many times as it takes.
Okay, and another thing, every time I fought this guy, he opens with that jumping stab, so just be ready to Makiri counter.
was enough.
Alright. So, I think I got it down pretty well, and definitely with the spinny attack, that's a lot less nerve-wracking now, because I know first 2 hits don't really do much even if you mess up the deflect, and it counts as like an imperfect deflect, even on playthrough 3 with Kuro's Charm, or with Charmless. It's just that third hit on that attack is like nuts. And yeah, phase 3 just played aggressive, and yeah, because I would say that even went better than last episode when I beat him. At the end, I think I used up all my healing. But I had like 5 left going into phase 3. I don't know. I don't really look at the things down there during the fight because it's distracting. And by the way, if you guys are new to the Soulsborne like genre games, whatever, there's like 7 games in there. That counts as a genre. Never watch the health bar of the boss. Like, just focus. Try, like, the game does so many things to like try to break your focus. Try to just like zen. Don't worry about, like, keep an eye like on your health. Like, know when you're good, but know when you can take risks. Like, that's part of the reason I did so well right there, is I knew it was like, okay, I have a resurrection. My amount of health doesn't really matter. Like, because that's where I screw up the most, is when I know I'm low on health, and I'm like, ugh, I need to back up and heal a little bit, but backing up is not necessarily safe, especially with Genichiro when you're supposed to play it like close to him and stay aggressive so it like shuts down his shit. Because if you leave him to his own devices, he has tons of deadly moves. But yeah, these first 2, Gyobu and Lady Butterfly, they're so easy. Like, sometimes I get through them without even taking a hit. Most of the time I get through them without even dying, but like, yeah, it's just the third one. And after that victory, I'm not feeling nearly as nervous anymore. So like, I'm hoping this is good.
My name is Gyobu Masataka! Onikage, guard! With the Ashina when they took this country! Standing! I'll strike you as many times as it takes! Kyobu's head! And I consider you one of them!
Lady Butterfly. Why?
Why, indeed. You'll die if you doubt yourself, boy.
Okay, so I accidentally used my extra resurrection, so this is probably not going to go well, but we'll see.
Shinobi. I see. The power of the dragon's blood. Then I will cure you as many times as it takes. The glory of Ashina. My name is Kyobu Masa. Move in haste and die, brat! Onikage, die! Show you the wrath of a man who stood with the Ashina when they took this country! I'll strike you as many times as it takes! You will not take this Kyobu's head!
Lady Butterfly. Why?
Why indeed? You'll die if you doubt yourself, boy. Impressive, boy. In that case, lose yourself in my illusion.
I didn't think I'd see you again. Dragon's blood. They'll kill you as many times as it takes. My hair. Drives you servant. For the glory of Ashina.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. Ran in there when it wasn't safe. I just need to counter his moves. I don't need to run in there when he's like option selecting. Bad idea. The only time when that's safe is when he does like the charge arrow thing, where you can just like, yeah, but that's because it's on cooldown and that's like punishable. So just kind of wipe off my freaking controller. Like, hands are clammy, dude. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Just be happy to be done with this, to be real.
My name is Gilbert Onikage Guard! many times does it take? You will not take this Kyobu's head! Forgive me.
Lady Butterfly. Why?
Why indeed? You'll die if you doubt yourself, boy. Impressive, boy. That is, lose yourself in my illusions. I'll be watching from up here. You're surprisingly skilled, son of power.
Lady Butterfly, forgive me.
You've gotten stronger, Wolf.
Shinobi, I didn't think I'd see you. Dragon's blood. Then we will kill you as many times as it takes. there.
Had him. Honestly, if I just calmed down and like just focused and did it, would have been fine. But I was like, oh crap, I'm out of healing. I have to rely on slow ass pellets, and that, yeah, that screwed me over.
My name is Gauntlet Massacre! Boy! Allow me to show you the wrath of a man who stood with the Ashina when they took this country! Whose head?
Forgive me.
Sekiro, forgive me.
Lady Butterfly. Why?
Why indeed? You'll die if you doubt yourself, boy. I'll be watching from up here. You're surprisingly skilled, son of Heir.
Lady Butterfly, forgive me.
You come stronger, wolf.
Leave me, Shinobi. I didn't think I'd see you. Enough.
Dude. Dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. I thought for sure. Oh, it counts as a memory too? Dude, I thought for sure that was still gonna come out. Like the electric thing. I was like jumping to like reflect in a second. And then I saw the red dot and I was like, oh! And so like I kind of panicked for a second. I was like, so I hit jump again. It still did like the kick, how you can kick off of enemies sometimes, and then count it as an aerial death blow. I was like, oh, that's cool. Memory, enter Genichiro, the battle memory of an extraordinary foe, lingering in the mind of the wolf. Commune with the sculptor's idol and confront memories of battle to permanently increase attack power. Deep within the mind, Genichiro stirred, his tenacity undying even in memory. Ashina demands one become stronger still. No, you get his special? Okay, I've never done this before. The way, okay. Right. Builds momentum, leaping slashes, transition, and mid-air prosthetic attacks. Mid-air prosthetic attacks? So you could finish up with that and then like toss a shuriken or come down with the axe. That's dope. Sakura Dance, that is a great name for this. A secret art in the way of Tomoe, which she performed in her master's honor. The Sakura blooms will soon fall. If you cannot return home, at least allow this dance to console you. Okay, yeah, I've never done that before because I didn't know. Oh, it only costs one. Evade sweep attacks while delivering sharp cuts. Oh. So when enemies do sweeps, instead of just like jumping, is that on the screen? No, that's part of. Why would they put like a dot like that in between? Okay, I did not notice this before, but that's definitely in the game. So where it says, okay, if you cannot return home, at least allow this dance to console you. Under the word least, there's like a black dot, and I thought, yeah, it's in the capture too. I thought it was like something like punctured my TV and fucked up like the LCD like nodes in that area, but it's not right here. It's only on this screen. So it's actually in the game. I don't know why they do that. That's weird. And it's in the same spot like every single time. That's why I thought it was like the display. But now it's not there. Okay. Okay, evade sweep attacks and delivering cuts damage through an enemy. Dealing damage even through a guard. Mid-air prosthetic attacks are possible after the attack has been performed. Okay, so it's one thing every single time. Because the way he was using it, it looked like you could charge it. Oh, that's cool. That is like really high. The whole thing only takes one. comes out fast. It's pretty cool, man. Wait, you don't get another's memory from that? Like, I thought you got a cosmetic thing. For each one, no? It's kind of this one that I'm worried about, the Shura one. The Severance one seems kind of difficult as well, but I don't know, at least this one's only 4, and like Emma's really easy, but like these are the Gauntlet fights, so I'm assuming they're exact same as when you fight them the normal way. And then it's like the last one that's a question mark is like can be different from how you remember, I would assume. Alright, let's increase attack power, enter Genichiro. A young Genichiro watched as Tomoe danced. Her movements held secrets and a height of technique that not even a lifetime could attain. Whatever, same thing. And yet, in memory, after countless bouts with his mortal enemy, Genichiro at last reached those heights. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe, but alright. Well, folks, yeah, I didn't mean for it to take that long, and honestly, I already cut like an hour and a half from this episode. So, but yeah, that was where the progress, like, definitely started coming through. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave that as is, because, like, there was definitely some progress in this one. So, anyway, thank you all for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed. And, of course, before we get going, a very special thank you going out to the current Farts and Crap Show members, the amazing people who help make it possible, and Val Strakonos, Aaron Schick, and 97 Johnny Boy. Thank you so very much. Choosing to support the show a bit more directly via channel membership, it vastly helps out. Very much appreciate it, and it is very much optional, so you guys are extra awesome for doing so. And if you want to be incredibly awesome like these amazing people and get in on all those membership benefits, check out that join button down below. There's also a link in the description that talks about becoming a channel member that does the same thing. But yeah, before we talk about membership details, quick little word on YouTube handles. That is Y97JohnnyBoy is an @ symbol in front of the screen name there. That is a handle. They're unique identifiers on YouTube that help with a number of things, namely navigation. And he has a channel of his own. It's great stuff. Highly recommend it, which you can easily go check out just by going to youtube.com/@97JohnnyBoy, and it'll take you straight there. Handles are also 100% unique, so it's another way to double check and make sure you're in the right place, and you can punch a handle into YouTube search. It will narrow down your results significantly. But yeah, membership tiers start at $3 a month. Roughly 10 cents a day gets you into all the basic stuff, including getting to vote on the series that get made here on the channel via the Members' Choice Polls. It's a thing we do once a month for a full 7 days over on the membership tab, and that is how all of the series get decided. So, we will have one coming up for May 2025, that is, and it's likely going to be towards the end of the month, as they have been lately. But we are going to do a bonus Members' Choice Poll, since May is also the anniversary month for the channel. So, I just need to figure out what they're going to be about. But if you're a new member, most of the previous Members' Choice Polls are still there over on the membership tab, and you can still vote on them if you haven't already. And so even if you're just a member for 1 month, you can vote on pretty much every Members' Choice Poll we've ever had, including a new one, thereby influencing the content that gets made here for quite some time, because retroactive input on previous polls is considered for future ones. But yeah, this is an approximation of future announcements from the past, so if you want all the announcements as they happen and the bell doesn't work for you, I get it, the bell does not work for me either, but there are 4 other ways you can do that. So we have the post tab here on the channel, the Farts and Crap Show Twitter, the Bluesky, and the Discord. I always post on all four whenever there's an announcement, so regardless of which one of those works for you, you can stay up to date. And links for those are down in the description, also on the channel banner. But yeah, that's gonna do it for now. So thank you all once again for being here, guys. Till next time, take care, and I hope you all have an incredible day.